Productions proudly present The Pitch, your local sports show that covers all the local sports and a little bit more, with your hosts Russ Ocker and Chad Lee Koestner. And now, here's The Pitch.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pitch Sports Show on KCOG Centerville. It is Wednesday, August 26th, and it is our fall premiere. We've been off for a while now since the end of the baseball, softball season, and it's time to get going again, and it's time to be talking football, which tends to put everybody in a good mood. I'm Russ Ocker, the host of this show. Chad Lee Koestner will join us shortly. Josh Bryce joins us each and every week as well, and we'll jump right to it, Josh. We've had quite a bit of a time off here. I think everybody's excited. It's hard to believe it that we're actually saying Friday night is Football Friday.
I know. It kind of stuck up on us quick. Like I said, we've been off for quite a while. It seemed like forever, and it seemed like we kind of skipped the season almost. We just went from baseball right into football, but I'm excited. I can't wait for Friday night, and I can't wait for next Friday night when we get to see the boys at home.
Yeah, and we'll get to see not only the team at home, but the debut of the new scoreboard and Jumbotron, and you are knee deep in that thing. You don't know what your job's going to be yet, but you're going to have a job when it comes to running this new piece of equipment.
Yeah, I'm just really excited. They're going to let me play with some of the buttons on this thing. It should be a lot of fun. I've been down there and seen it, and the thing is pretty amazing to look at down there. Really, it's pretty cool piece of equipment. I can't wait to get that thing fired up and debut it, and hopefully everybody comes out and takes a look at it.
Now, this Friday, you get lesson number 1 on this thing, right?
Yes, the company Fair Play is going to send a team down to train us on this thing, so they're going to show us the right way to use it, so we're not just kind of hunting and pecking and guessing hoping for the best. So, yeah, I can't wait to get down there and get my hands on it and see what's going to happen.
All right, we're going to be talking quite a bit to Josh about all things Hy-Vee, as well as talking all kinds of sports tonight. It is a jam-packed show tonight. We have Trey Reinhardt. He's going to be our in-the-box guest. Josh, I know you're excited about that. It's never dull with Trey. He works out here for you guys, and I know he's a great worker, but just keeps everybody hopping.
Absolutely. You never quite know what you're going to get with Trey. He's a great kid, does a great job out here. He's kind of fun to have around, and look forward to having him on the show tonight.
So he's our in-the-box segment. Then we've got Jim DePrizio is going to be on to talk about the band. Of course, they do such a great job, and that's all part of the pageantry of the football game is our wonderful band, and Jim will be telling us about that. Denny Whitlow will be on to talk about Mohawk football. They're going to open up with Tri-County this Friday night. Now, Tri-County played in Week 0 against Seymour Moline-Udell, and Seymour Moline-Udell handled them quite nicely. So we'll get Coach Whitlow's thoughts on his opening game on the road against Tri-County, a game that I know they feel like they should be able to go out and win. We'll talk to Coach Whitlow. Also, Matt Krusich will be along to talk cross-country, both boys and girls. And then in the back half of the show tonight, Coach Tom Hill going to talk about this volleyball team that got off to a great start the other night over at Wayland Waco, winning 4 games. And I know we're all just, when we catch news of that, what a great way to start the fall sports season. And we hope for big things out of them this year. Coach Hill will be on to talk about the volleyball squad. And then Coach Chuck Evans will be on to talk about this Big Red football team that I think people are hoping is going to be much improved over last year. But we're going to have some very tough tests early, Josh, with Sheraton and Knoxville. It's a couple of teams on the schedule. I think everybody expects to be pretty good.
Absolutely. You look at our schedule, and we really don't have an easy route anywhere on there. But I know, we've got several of the boys that are working here on the football team. I see how hard they've been working in the off season, and hopefully we can put that out there on the football field and show some great improvement over last season.
Well, with Big Red Pride Night last Friday night, you get a look at some of these kids, and you can definitely tell that they have been in the weight room, and that's one of the things that we've been stressing around here for Centerville Athletics is you've got to get in that weight room. Other schools are really bulking up, and we got to go do that to be able to compete physically. And I think we got a much better chance to do that this season. We want to thank all of our fine sponsors who make this show possible each and every week throughout the football season. Of course, our presenting sponsor, Hy-Vee, Josh Bryce, joins us on the show each week to talk about Hy-Vee and talk a little sports with us. But we thank everybody. Cole Durrett, of course, the store manager out here, like the managers before him, has been such a big supporter of our show. We appreciate Cole for doing that. And Josh, I know the Hy-Vee family out here is really, I know everybody just kind of considers this their show.
Absolutely. I kind of walk in tonight and everybody's like, well, what are you doing here? You're on vacation this week. And they're still, it's Wednesday night. You guys are back. And everybody kind of gets a little bit excited and a little bit buzzed about it. And yeah, we it's been quite a long tradition for us out here every Wednesday night, and we kind of feel like, yeah, you guys are definitely part of the family.
Well, I know you got some great things going on. We're going to get to Tim McGrant's smiling face in the newspaper today, so we'll find out what the Timber's up to. It looks like she's really got some great incentives for us to get out here. We'll get to that in just a moment. I want to thank Henley Dental, Dr. Nick Henley and the crew there. Northside Insurance, of course, Amy Gonerman has a son on the football team, and, of course, a son who graduated a couple years ago as just a standout athlete, Colton. And I know she's got another boy on the team, Carson, that we expect big things out of this year. And we appreciate her support. RK Auto Body, Randy and Carlo Ruffalo and their family, of course, they've been on this thing since the get-go and big supporters of Centerville Athletics. The Daily Hy-Vee, the Thomas Funeral Home. Billy Thomas himself is out here enjoying a nice meal in the dining room. And he's been a supporter since the beginning of the show. Chico Construction, McCann, Dave McCann, I know, and his crew really put in a lot of time and effort on that scoreboard to get that thing up and looking great. So thank you to Dave McCann, and I know his son Nick did some painting on that as well as others. So big thanks to the McCann family for their help on the new scoreboard. Self and Associates Cook Insurance, Dana Dell Sales, send their best wishes to Big Reds and Redettes and Moravia and Molten Udell and Seymour this season. Also the Preserve on Raffin Lake. It's hard to believe, but the golf season's going to be over before we know. We got about, we should have at least 6 weeks left, and you never know what October's going to bring. But boy, the Preserve is such a beautiful course. Hopefully, everybody gets out there and see Coach Fisher and enjoy some great golf. Henry Orman at the annuity shop, Mr. Big Red himself. I mean, I know he is about as giddy as anybody over this new scoreboard and getting out there in that PA and cheering on the Big Red. Jim Ireland Menswear, Bob Huff has been with us since the beginning of the show. Flower Teak, Amy Reinhardt, of course, her son Trey is our guest tonight. Amy's been with us since near the beginning of the show. We appreciate that. Her and her husband Scott, big supporters of the Pitchfork Show. J&L Flooring, the Jackson family there joined us once they took over there and been great supporters of it. And Power Insurance with our Hall of Fame Challenge. It's been a while, so we'll see how you guys do after this time off when we get to the Hall of Fame Challenge. We will grab a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Josh Bryce about all things Hy-Vee, and we'll find out what the Timber is up to and what the world's this mac and cheese original goldfish stuff. I see a big card of that out here. We'll get to the bottom of all of that and a whole lot more when we come back on Hy-Vee's The Pit.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced, lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and airbags that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. RK Auto Body has it. We're among only 10% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, 46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500. Founded in 1864, the Daily Hy-Vee is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Hy-Vee. You'll also find them online at dailyhywegian.com. That's dailyhywegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Hy-Vee, the newspaper that cares about Apanews County.
We're talking local sports a little bit more on Hy-Vee's The Pitch. Russ Ocker, Josh Bryce, and we're joined by the Hall of Famer now and the old ball coach, Chad Lee, fresh off of practice and right to the sports show. So let's just jump right to it. How was practice tonight? You seem to be in a decent mood anyway.
Well, yeah, practice wasn't too bad. These boys have, for some reason, we just can't keep the intensity up the whole practice. So we have some ebbs and flows there, and once we get that out of the way, we'll be good to go. But I think they're getting fired up. It's hard to believe that we do play a game Friday night.
We do.
We go to Sheraton, take on the nasty Chargers up there, and the Hawkeye TJ Hawkinson and all that stuff. And but I think they're slowly starting to understand. Hey, this is a game week, and we do have to keep that intensity up, and hopefully they'll keep that up through Friday.
Have you considered breaking for a short nap in the middle of practice? Maybe 20, 30-minute nap, refresh themselves or something?
Well, we do take some water breaks, but other than that, some of those boys, they might go up there and lay down and take a nap. I don't know. I don't go up there very often, but they get their water breaks, and then we're right back at it. So they just something they have to get used to, and we have to do a lot better job of staying intense the whole 2.5 hours.
Well, let's chat with Josh Brights here about all things Hy-Vee. First of all, boy, right there in the paper with Jimmer McGrath's smiling face. He's up to something, Josh. What's that?
We got a great produce sale going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week. A lot of great stuff over in Tim's department. We have Fuji apples, just 79 cents a pound. Belmonte Gold pineapple, just $1.99 each. We also have mini sweet peppers, $2.99 a pound. That's save $1. We have Hy-Vee shortcuts, the ready-to-eat fruits and vegetables, $4.99 a pound, save 5 cents a gallon on your fuel saver card. Also back just this week, cotton candy grapes are back in stock. We think they're amazing. They taste just like cotton candy. And for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, for every $10 that you spend in the produce department, you can save 10 cents a gallon on your fuel saver card.
And what's this new fuel saver thing going on, the perks thing?
The fuel saver plus perks. Yeah, this program, we had some hiccups and probably saw stuff on the news and everywhere else about how this program didn't get started off the best, but we finally got all the kinks and everything worked out.
It wasn't your fault.
It was not my fault this time.
No,
you didn't lock it up.
You didn't shut down the entire idea.
It's not my fault this time, but it works the same as a fuel saver card. You can still get all your fuel saver rewards and get your cents off per gallon, but every time you use it, you get a chance at different rewards and perks. Anything from maybe a free 24-pack of water all the way up to a kitchen makeover to a new car to you name it. There's going to be all kinds of great giveaways. I think there's college football tickets coming up. There's World Series tickets coming up. There's a $30,000 kitchen makeover drawing that's available. Plus, you can earn perks right here through the store all the time, whether, like I said, it be a free kitchen meal or a free 24-pack of water and all that other kind of stuff. And also, if you go to Hy-Vee.com, you can use it as a digital coupon card. You can go to Hy-Vee.com, register your fuel saver card, and clip coupons to it, so you don't have to have those pieces of paper. When you scan the card, those coupons automatically come off, and you purchase those items, and you can be on your way.
All right, the fuel saver perks program. Get out here and get involved in that. A lot of great things going on out here at Hy-Vee. When we come back, we're going to visit with Jim DePrizio. He's with us, and he's got his Cubs stuff on, and he's ready to talk about the band, and we might as well visit a little bit about the Cubs. That might get Josh's blood pressure up. He was, they're third place, chirping a little bit about how much coverage the Cubs are getting. We'll talk about that. If we don't get into a fist fight, we'll see what happens. We'll be back right after this.
Hello. This is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitchfork Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corydon. Seasons are changing, and winter will be here before we know it. So what are you waiting for? It's time to play some golf. Lots of golf before winter. Call the Preserve on Rathbun Lake at 724-1400. That's 724-1400. The Preserve on Rathbun Lake is Southern Iowa's premier 18-hole championship golf course. It is a beautiful facility, and they have a full-stocked pro shop as well. So you can not only play your best, but you can look your best, and you can have the finest equipment available. The Preserve on Rathbun Lake. Call 724-1400.
You're listening to the Pitch Sports Show, presented by Hy-Vee. It is our fall premiere, and it's so exciting to be talking about sports like football and volleyball and cross country, and of course, football. Everybody loves some good football, so we're pumped about that. Coach Chuck Evans will be on in the back half of the show tonight to tell us about this Big Red football team. But a large part of any football game is the band, and Jim DePrizio joins us now. He's our band director at Centerville High School. Does a fantastic job with these kids. Jim, thanks for joining us, and I guess let's start with your numbers. How's things looking for the band this year?
Yeah, we got a good-sized group of kids. They're working hard. We have 82 in the band this year, and we're off to a really good start.
So when you start thinking about the football season and your pregame stuff, the halftime stuff, how much time do you get to work on? The football team starts early August. Are you able to work with these kids during the summer, or is it?
We started up in August, and we had music practice and some marching. Mostly music, though. Get a handle on getting everything together musically, and that makes the marching go a lot easier. And I think we've got a good handle on that. We're off to a good start with the music.
Talk to me about some of your seniors that have been with you for a while now. I know you got some really talented kids. I know that the Sharp girl is an all-stater, which is very rare. So let's start with her. How rare is that, and what is her accomplishment so far?
Well, there's a small percentage of kids that play in band get picked for all-state. I think it's probably less than 1% or somewhere around there. Because
Across the state?
Across the state.
Wow.
Because there's only, in that band, there's only 285 kids in the band, and factor that amongst all the kids that play in band in the state, it's a very small percentage.
And this is Katie Sharp?
Katie Sharp, that's correct.
What instrument?
She's a French horn player.
Okay. Now, does she have aspirations to go to college, play in a band, or what?
No, she's playing as a just because she enjoys playing, and she's playing in Des Moines Youth Symphony as well, and probably going to start taking lessons up there in Des Moines too with a horn instructor. But majoring in music is not in her plans right now. But that's the nice thing about music. You don't have to major in it to enjoy it. And it'll be a lifelong, like what I call worthy use of leisure time. And she can keep playing her French horn and forever.
Do you have to play, like when we watch a football game for the University of Iowa or Iowa State and you see the marching band, do you have to be majoring in band to be a part of that?
Oh, no. Okay. In fact, most of those marching bands you see in those college bands are not music majors. Music majors have to take marching band. If they're majoring in music, maybe once or twice, but most of the kids on the field are not music majors. They're majoring in other things.
All right. Now, is Katie the first all-stater that we've had in here?
No, she's not the first all-stater.
Okay. So who are some of the other kids that you think about?
Put me on the spot here. Let's see. Shelby Kanzler, Leanne Daggett. Go back. Sure, I'm going to leave somebody out. He's going to be mad at me now.
Well, you're a Cubs fan.
Way back.
Mad at me anyway.
Chris Eddy. There's been kids. Chris was interesting because he was on a varsity football team as well. He worked hard and played and got into All-State in the middle of football season, and he was a good football player, and he was a good trombone player, and he didn't major in music, but I think he just finished his college. And, so yeah, there's been quite a few all-staters come through Centerville's proud history in bands.
So tell me about some of your other seniors then that will provide some leadership for the band this year.
Well, we have, I think we have 16 seniors. And as I tell the kids, they have to remind me that they're seniors because I still look at them like, I remember when they were in 5th grade. So I still kind of look at them like that. Well, kids, you're a senior already. And there's I'm not sure how many of those kids you would know. Wes Butler, I think you know Wes, and Jen Civico. That I don't know that you know all those kids, and I'm not going to name all 16 of them right now. But there's kids that do cross country and volleyball and football. And there's all kinds of cheerleading. And they have a lot, flags. So they're all sorts of different activities. At Crichton, I was looking at the cross country team, and 9 out of the 13 kids in cross country are band kids. And so I got a group of kids that likes to do everything, and it typically is that way with the band. At least here, everybody likes to do everything, and we like it that way.
Talk to me about the process of each week's halftime show when you have the home games. From the time that, do you have it already mapped out, like what's going to be each week already, or does that happen as you go along? And then how does this, as say Monday hits and here we go?
Well, each week is mapped out. We've started planning for the first home game already, and of course we have 2 weeks to get ready for that, and then there's another one right away. So we'll plan for that as the week goes, and we'll keep building our show that we're going to use for competition, and we get ready for each week. But we're always building on the previous week too.
And when you get to the actual football night, you guys have the halftime show, you have the national anthem, and then you play during the game as well.
Yes, we do. Cheer the football team on. We have some in the stands cheers and try to make as much noise as we can.
Jim DeFrizio is our high school band director. I know you got some new people helping you this year. It's a group effort, right? For the most part, with you and the other band instructor.
Yeah, we team teach, and we're at each other's rehearsal. The new person joining our staff this year is Daniel Vanderlinden. He's our new Howard Junior High band director, and he's off to a really good start. And I think he's going to be a great addition to our staff and help continue the tradition of bands in Centerville. Doing a really good job. So, yeah.
And then jazz band. Talk to us a little bit about that, when that gets fired up and what you expect to have for numbers there.
Well, our top jazz band is starting up a week from today, and then later on after marching season, we'll have a jazz 2 going. So there's probably about, I'd say 40 kids involved in jazz 1 and jazz 2, and that's a strong part of our program. And a lot of kids are really dedicated to it.
All right, well, let's talk about baseball. Cubs.
Here we go.
And, you're a lifetime Cubs fan. You're from Chicago.
I'm from Chicago, that's correct.
So, what's it like around the DeFrizio house this year with the Cubs right there in the mix of things? They're in strong position to lose a wild card game to the Pirates. It's very likely where they're at right now. But,
well, I don't look at it that way. There's still 2 series left against the Cardinals, and I think it's going to be the Cardinals battling the Pirates for that wild card position.
Oh, mercy.
If you look at the last 25 games, that's kind of the way it's going. So when you go head-to-head, that'll tell all right there.
So as a Cubs fan, and obviously you always just kind of wait for the Cubs to blow it. How confident are you that there's not going to be that slide this year, or is there still a part of you that just cautiously optimistic?
I don't know. I'm in uncharted territory. The Cubs are winning, so I'm just in shock right now. I don't really know what to think. It feels a little bit weird, to be honest with you.
Have you been to a game this summer? Or?
Not this summer. I haven't gone yet, but I might still. I'll probably get one of them World Series tickets or something.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works.
Well, hey, if you sit down the left field line, keep your hands back.
I'm not going to reach over.
All right. Well, Jim, it's always great business with you, and you do a tremendous job with the band. I'm looking forward to hearing the kids come next Friday night.
Thank you.
All right. This is the pitch on KCLG Centerville. When we come back, the always entertaining Trey Reinhardt joins us as our In the Box segment. That's next on Hy-Vee's The Pitch.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
Hey, sports fans, did you know that Jim Ireland Menswear on the square in Centerville has a nice selection of Big Reds, Hawkeyes, Cyclones, and even UNI apparel? That's right. If you're looking to show your team spirit, check out Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. You'll find golf shirts, jackets, caps, and sweatshirts, all with your favorite team logos, and all at Jim Ireland Menswear. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5:30, Fridays, 9 to 7, and Saturdays, 9 to 5.
The Flower Teak in Centerville is your one-stop shop for all your floral needs. We carry a large selection of fresh cut flowers, green plants, memorial stones, candles, wreaths, barn quilts, and other great gift ideas. We provide fast, same-day delivery and treat you as our #1 customer. Whether you are planning a large event such as a wedding or simply know someone needing cheering up, we can help. Let our friendly staff help you choose the right flowers or gift to fit your needs. Flower Teak on the northeast corner of the Centerville Square. Call 437-4131, visit flowerteak.com, or find us on Facebook.
Nothing brings out the warmth and style of your home like new flooring. J&L Flooring in Centerville is family-owned and operated, and they're located on the east side of the Centerville Square. Give them a call today at 856-6331. That's 856-6331. J&L Floor Covering carries a complete line of floor coverings at the most competitive prices, and they hire only the most qualified professional installers. Call J&L Flooring today at 641-856-6331. That's 856-6331.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, presented by Hy-Vee. It is time now for our In the Box segment, brought to you by Northside Insurance in Centerville. For all your insurance needs, call Amy Gonerman and the crew at Northside Insurance in Centerville. And the number is 856-3333. Our In the Box segment tonight is Trey Reinhardt. And Chad, before we get to Trey, as one of his coaches, I'll let you tell me just a little bit about Trey. I know he's a hard-working kid, but I also know that he can keep the mood light from time to time.
Yeah, he does keep the mood light from time to time, but Trey's done a good job this year of really keeping his intensity up and doing what the coaches ask him to do. But yeah, every once in a while, we do get a little off-the-wall question, comment, concern of Trey's. So I will ask Trey if he was paying attention tonight. He got a new nickname tonight.
Really?
So Harry. There he goes. He was Harry. So we're a little concerned about the flowing locks, and
yeah, I was wondering about the hairs.
So, but once we get that trimmed up and probably off his ears, he'll pay a little more attention. I think.
Okay. He's got his hat on back. Looks like maybe after the interview, you're going to go change the oil and change the spark plugs or something like that.
A little Luke Bryan action. I guess.
All right, Trey. Trey is a junior, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
As I said, I'm a junior. I played linebacker outside. I'll be the fullback this year for the offense.
Okay. Tell me about your family. Who brought you into this world?
Amy and Scott Reinhardt. Pretty good people, I guess.
And what do they do?
Scott's a truck driver, all his pigs, livestock mostly, and Amy owns the Flower Teak, so go there.
Okay. And all right, well, let's talk a little bit about you. We're going to get to football, but tell me what all sports you're involved with in school.
Football, baseball, tennis.
Okay. And we know at one point last year you were undefeated in JV tennis.
Yes, it was.
But it didn't finish that way, right?
No, got off to a rough start. First varsity match. It was all right. I mean, kid was pretty good, I guess. We'll get him this year.
Okay. Did you lose it all on the JV side, or
no?
So you did finish undefeated.
I did finish undefeated in JV. Yes.
All right, let's talk about this football team. You guys, first game this week. So how excited is everybody to be set to go out and clash into other people instead of just banging with each other?
I think we're all pretty pumped about it. Yeah, like you said, we like to hit a lot. That's pretty much. We don't like to run. We like to hit. But hopefully we can keep the intensity up the whole game to just getting down on ourselves and stuff like that. Hopefully we can get some points on the board this year.
What's your thoughts on this year's team compared to last year's team? What's some of the differences you think?
I think we're a lot more prepared this year. A lot more prepared, actually. More intensity, stuff like that.
bigger, stronger? I've heard of guys have been getting in the weight room.
Yeah, a lot of guys are getting in the weight room. I think our offensive line is going to be, they're working hard this year. That's always good. That's going to be a big factor.
Now, you talked about playing some fullback this year. Did you do that last year at all, or was it just on the defense?
Not really. I was just more defense last year.
Okay. So talk about that transition and how that came about. How did you end up on the offensive side of the ball a little bit this year?
I think fullback's mostly just hitting people and blocking. I like to do that, so I think Coach recognized that.
Okay. Trey Reinhardt, Jr. at Centerville High School, plays outside linebacker. Going to do a little running back action, fullback action this year as well. We got Sheraton coming up this week, so we know that they should be a pretty good football team. The Hawkins kid is a Division I kid. When you hear something like that, does that just pump everybody up? I mean,
yeah, that just makes you want to hit him more harder.
Kind of prove to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. I'm not going to take that away from him, but we're not going to treat him any different.
And let's talk a little bit about the defensive side of the ball. Who are some of the other guys that will be surrounding you and making plays?
I'm outside, so there'll be another outside backer. Brad Cowan, Jake Hargrave will be middle. Hunter Matty will be middle. We'll have Carson Garner on line, Dan Harris, Nathan and Tate on the ends. Corner to be Cardani and Tiger Terpstra, and safety is Hunter Cowan. Pretty much, a lot of kids coming back from last year.
You played quite a bit last year. This year's your junior year. Does it feel different at all going into being, now that you're an upperclassman at CHS?
No, not really. Doesn't feel much different.
What about these days? Is there much, and of course I know that obviously there's no bullying or anything like that, but is there any fun had with the younger guys? Do they still have to carry the equipment or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
No? They're just part of the
Same
team.
word.
Part of the team.
One big happy family, aren't we, Trey?
All right. Okay, well, let's talk about, we haven't talked about baseball yet, so tell me a little bit about what you do on the baseball side. This year you kind of got back into the old catching gig, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm going to be catching a lot more, probably mostly every game.
So that, I know you kind of got away from that for a few years, but what got you back into it, and have you kind of refound your enthusiasm for that?
Yeah, I've always loved catching, but, I mean, it's hard on the knees, but you got to do what you got to do. We had some new kids that they were new, first year baseball for the Little League, so he kind of was still learning the process, so we needed someone to catch, so I told him I'd do it.
Okay. All right, well, let's jump outside of sports a little bit then. Tell me when you're not doing sports, what Trey Harn's? Fishing. All right.
Fishing.
All right, what kind of pond, lake, what do we
reservoirs, lakes, anything you got.
What's been your biggest catch so far that you can prove and actually somebody saw?
I think it was around 8-pound bass over at the reservoir.
Okay, it's not bad. Did you eat it or mount it or something?
Getting mounted right now.
Okay. Now that you're a junior, your days at CHS will go by before you know. Got any plans for the future?
Probably play football or baseball in college, just not be an electrician or something like that.
Okay. And we didn't talk about, now you have, tell me about the rest of you. We talked about your mom and dad, but what about brothers, sisters?
McCain, he's my brother. I think he's 19. He's up at Marshalltown doing lineman work with electrical lines and stuff, like my grandpa.
Did you guys get along pretty well always, or was it happening at home? Or?
We were younger, but not really that much, I wouldn't say.
Was it normally his fault?
Yeah, it was always his fault.
Pretty much his fault. Okay. Now, by nature, are you a Hawkeye or a Cyclone?
Hawkeye.
There you go. Good kid, Chad. We got a good kid on our hands here. All right. Tell me about the homecoming situation over here before we know it. So, do you have a date yet for homecoming dance?
Yeah.
Does this person have a name?
Yeah, it's Emery Koestner.
Okay. Now, is this a...
No, it's a friend.
It's a friend.
Okay.
It's a friend. All right. Do you have a prom date yet? Do we go that far?
No, we don't go that far.
Okay. Now, what about the new scoreboard? We've been excited about this in the community. Are the players excited? Are you guys pumped about this thing, getting up on the Jumbotron?
Yeah, for pictures, we actually got pictures taken. I think they're going to be put up on there for the games. I don't know what that's for. I think everybody's pretty pumped to see their faces up there. That'll be cool. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Take us inside the football team. Who's the always serious guy? Who's the real down to business every second of every day got hired you?
I'd say Daniel Harris.
Okay. Yeah, he seems like he's kind of all
Yeah, I mean, he likes to mess around a little bit, but it's mostly just business with him.
Okay. And who's the kind of the biggest, I guess, for lack of better terms, clown from time to time? Is that you, or is there somebody that actually?
Just depends situation-wise. If I think it needs to be serious, I'll be serious. Tough. We got a lot of them.
Say Trenton Bogle.
Bogle likes to. Jamie likes to get out a little squirrely. They're all a little squirrely. The sophomores are.
Who does the best, Coach Evans?
Braden Schmidt.
Braden Schmidt, but he's not on the team anymore. So who's he passing the torch to? Is there anybody that?
I don't think I've ever heard anybody else try to like. I mean,
what about a Kovac? I mean, somebody's got to be a Kovac. That's just all you kind of got to do. Throw it in. Can you do a Kovac?
No, I don't think I can.
No? Okay. All right. All right. We're in the box with Trey Reinhardt. He's a junior at Centerville High School. It's time now for your 5 fast questions. And for coming out tonight, we will be providing Trey with a free 6-inch sub from Subway. Compliments of Subway in Centerville. Keep fresh. All right. What is your dream car? If money were no object and you could have any vehicle you want, what would you have?
Trans Am off Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay. Give me a celebrity dream date if you could win a date with any celebrity.
Megan Fox.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Take her out in the Trans Am.
Yeah.
Life's good. Life's good. All right. What about a pet peeve? What really ticks off Trey Reinhardt?
Wow. People think they're better than me.
Okay.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
Yeah. Student council kids think they're better than me than not.
All right. Okay. Who do people tell you look like from a relative perspective? People always say, oh, you look like your uncle, your aunt, your mom, your dad. Who do people say you look like?
Dad and Kate Felton.
Okay. All right. There you go.
I don't see it, but personally, Kate a relative? No? Just, okay. That's what everybody says. I don't see it personally, but...
All right, and finally, who's the easier parent to deal with if you really want to get your way on something? You go into mom and dad. Scotty, going to dad. Trey Reinhardt, you're officially out of the box. Thanks so much for joining us today. This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, and we are in our fall premiere, talking local sports and a whole lot more here tonight. So Chad Lee, this guy is your outside linebacker. He's got a lot of personality, so talk to me about his intensity, though, because I know he's also somebody you don't want to mess with on the football field.
No, and Trey's one of those guys, and we've talked to him about being our go-to guy to get the other guys fired up. And Trey's not afraid to stick his nose in there, and that's kind of why we have him over on the offensive side, too. He does a real good job of finding the ball and getting to the ball, and then on the offensive side, like you said, he seems to enjoy the blocking aspect. Which isn't always a forte for young kids. A lot of kids don't like to get their nose in there and get dirty and stuff. And he's almost like another lineman out there, willing to stick his nose in there and get some money out of there.
Well, I think we know if you really need a big play from him defensively, all you probably have to do is tell him that the kid with the ball is on student council.
Yeah, I think that's the angle we can take now. Yes, they're all on student council. Go tackle them all, and Trey will do it.
The whole team's on student council. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking cross country with Coach Mac Trucy. You are listening to Hy-Vee's The Pitch. Gets our fall premiere.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced, lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and airbags that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. RK Auto Body has it. We're among only 10% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose RK Auto Body. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appanese County.
This is the pitch on KCOG Centerville, talking local sports and a little bit more. We're excited to be back in action with our fall premiere, and it's hard to believe that we're actually saying this Friday night is Football Friday, but it is. We've got Coach Denny Whitlow coming on here in just a little bit to talk Mohawk football, and Coach Chuck Evans will join us at 7:30 tonight to talk about this Big Red team. And we're joined now by Matt Cruz, who's going to talk some cross country, and we've got Tom Hill coming on a little bit later to talk volleyball as well. So, Coach, for starters, I don't know if you got a chance to visit with Coach Hill or not, but the volleyball team sure got our fall sports season started off well.
I'll tell you what, that was a great start to the school year. You know, those girls coming in on Tuesday morning after going 4-0 or so, winning 4 games up there in that tournament in Waco. And, naturally we recognized them in PE class. And, it's just great to start the year off with such a good achievement by one of our athletic groups. And, this week has been a really nice week, especially weather-wise. It's been so nice. Everywhere you go in the school and outside the school, I know we have construction crews working and everything, but at the same time, everything's running pretty good. I mean, it's always a little chaotic those first couple of days, but at the same time, the weather has really put a good thing, or has made this week really, really a good week.
Well, let's talk about your cross-country squad. You've got the girls and the boys. Let's start with the girls. How's the numbers there, and what do you have for any upper class ladies?
Well, we only have 7 out this year, and it's a good mix of beginners and some veteran runners. I was looking down my list. One good thing about it is you don't have to pick a varsity team because you run 7 and count 5. So with 7 girls out, that makes it pretty simple. But going off the list here, Emily Lewis, our newcomer, our freshman coming in, she won a lot of junior high races. She's a hard-working girl with it's like I lose Cassidy Shocker, but I gained her back. I think Emily's gonna be the same type of runner. She's a gritty little girl that likes to put in the hard work and isn't afraid to get after it against the boys in practice. And I know her dad Bobby puts a lot of pressure on her a little bit, but at the same time, she tells me she embraces that pressure and she likes to work, and she's doing a great job so far. And Kiana Lechtenberg's another girl. She's a sophomore this year, and she's really I think she's gonna put up some really good numbers as far as her place in the group, because she's put in a lot of miles in the off season, and she's come back a heck of a lot stronger and a lot more focused this year than last year. She was like our middle of the pack runner on the team last year, and I don't know how she'll do, especially since the girls are extended to 3 miles this year. They're running 5K along with the boys. So that's going to be a challenge. But I'll tell you, Kiana's put in a lot of off-season miles, and I think we can see some good things out of her. The Bauman girls, Kirsten and Taylor. Kirsten was number 10 in all-conference last year, so naturally we have big expectations of her. She's not in that great a shape right now because she's been working at the state fair up until Monday. So she just started really putting in miles on Monday. So, it's hard to have high expectations right now, but I truly think by the end of the year she'll be another all-conference runner again this year. And Taylor, she's just a great little gal, and she works hard, but, she's not quite as tall as this, and so she has to take a few more steps. But, she's a great girl to work with, and I think she's going to be a great asset to the team. She was on the team last year as a freshman. She's a sophomore also. Katie Sharp's our senior leader this year, and she hasn't sped up a whole lot, but she's a great girl to be around, and I'll tell you what, we sure enjoy having her on the team. She's given us 4 good years, and she works so hard, and, she's a good leader, whether she's finishing first or last. She's a good girl, and, we love having her on the team. Melissa Chapman is another veteran runner that we had last year. I think she's a junior this year, or maybe she's a senior. Can't remember.
I think she's a junior. I recall her being a sophomore on the basketball team.
Yeah, and she's a gritty little girl. She doesn't mind working at all, and she doesn't have much of a filter, so you always know what she's thinking too. So that's okay. I find that. I'd rather have to take it out of them than put it in.
Keeps you hopping, keeps you honest.
Yeah, so Chappie keeps me on my toes, but I really think she's going to do okay this year too. These girls are really dreading this 3-mile thing because they think this extra half mile is going to be really tough, and it will be challenging, but I really think after they get a couple of races under their belt, they'll do okay. And we also have a newcomer, Zoe Litke, and Zoe's out just to see what it's all about. And so far, she's greatly improving, but she's fighting through shin splints, and I think anyone that's ever had shin splints can sympathize with that because it's a very, very tough, painful injury, and it takes a long time to get over with. And I told Zoe she's probably going to have to suffer through it pretty much the whole season because the only way you get rid of them is to stop running for about 2 weeks. And we're at the time of year where you just can't afford to do that. And she's just fighting through it. She tapes them up every day, and she's got a good hard work ethic, and proud of her for coming out.
What was the, as far as the reasoning on making the girls run longer? Has that been in the works for a while, or when did you first catch wind of it?
Well, I just got wind of it actually just when I did the rules thing this year, and I really don't know the reasoning behind it. I suppose it would be just because it causes less confusion in the courses because they always have to, out of Manhattan, I have to design one course for the girls and one course for the guys, and it does make it easier when you only have to run one set place. But
so that's the distance the boys run as well?
Yeah.
So they're running the same as the boys?
Yeah. Okay. In the past, it's always been 4K for girls and 5K for boys, and now it's going to be 3.1 for all of them. So, like I said, for me, it's not that big a deal because the Manhattan set up perfectly. All I had to do was shoot them off number 2 up to number 8 and come through on their second lap for the girls, which wasn't confusing at our place, but at other places, they have these long drawn out maze of places, and it's probably a little easier on those courses.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about the boys cross country team and find out when they have their first run, boys and girls, and talk about our home meet, which I believe is in October.
Right.
So we'll much to talk about yet with Coach Mac Kovacevic when we come back on IGC Pitch.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced, lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and airbags that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. RK Auto Body has it. We're among only 10% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose RK Auto Body. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500. Founded in 1864, the Daily Hy-Vee is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Hy-Vee. You'll also find them online at dailyhywegian.com. That's dailyhywegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Hy-Vee, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
We're talking local sports a little bit more with Matt Krusich, our cross-country coach, Matt Kabakovich. I'd like to say there's worse things I could have called you, but I don't know. It's okay. All right, let's shift gears and talk about the boys cross-country team.
Braden Lichtenberg, he was our number 2. Well, kind of our number 1-2 guy last year with Garrett McGran. They kind of traded off coming in first for us as a team. They didn't win many races, but they ran very competitively. And Braden's really taken the reins this year and put in a lot of off-season time, and he's really looking good at practice. I'm really expecting some big things out of him, and his confidence has come a long way. I think he's feeling really good and focused going into that first race. And, the first race, you just kind of throw it out there and see what they can do. But, Braden seems like the guy that's really taking things really serious and really wants to excel this year. And I'm really hoping to see good things out of him. And he's also junior this year, I think. And, after that, we kind of have a whole bunch of guys that could be our second-place runner. Colton Baloma and Tyson Baloma are 2 of them. They're both very athletic and both very good runners. Tyson's probably a little faster than Colton, but Colton has 2 years under his belt and kind of knows how to run a cross-country race, where I think Tyson's going to have to run a few races to figure out how to pace yourself through the whole thing. And because right now his pace is pretty slow, but his kick at the end is freaking awesome, like he's running a 100-yard dash. So I think he's going to have to learn how to conserve or spend some of that energy over the course of the race and then still have that kick at the end. But like I said, those guys I think they're basically coming out for cross-country to get in shape for basketball. But, if they take it serious and get after it, I think they could be really good cross-country runners. Dan Hargraves, same story. He's a sophomore this year, and he just came out and he flat out told me, I just want to get in shape for basketball. And being a basketball coach, I don't mind hearing those things. So, but seriously, these kids are athletic enough that if they embrace the sport, they could excel at both sports. So I'm pleased to have them all out and see their participation. And coming up with them also is Grant Kelly. I think he's a junior this year. And what a super kid. I mean, he's a super nice kid, and his work ethic's awesome, and he's always very positive with his teammates. He's a very good teammate to have on the team, and, I'm really proud of Grant Kelly. Also, in the off-season, he rarely missed weightlifting with Coach Evans after school last year, and, that means a lot to me when I see those kids when they don't have to get in there and lift, and they still go in there and have that work ethic to get in there and make things happen. We have a couple of brothers that moved in last year into Centerville School District. Their names are Draper, and Chase Draper and Jaron Draper. I think Chase is a junior, and I think Jaron's a freshman. And, they just came out Monday, so I really don't know much about these guys, but they're good kids. They're very cooperative. They're working hard for me, so, hopefully they'll round out our varsity team. CJ Sheets, who's back this year, he's a veteran runner, along with R.J. McElvain and Max Goodwin. They all were on the team last year, and, they know what it takes to be cross-country runners. They just have to get some miles under their belt to get in their top shape, and hopefully they can keep us strong. So it's nice to have 10 boys out on the team, and that way you've got a little competition for those top 7 spots. But the good thing about cross country is everybody gets to play. You don't sit on the bench. So if you're running varsity, you're running a JV race that's going to be just as far, and basically you're competing against the clock. So all the 7 fastest guys will have those top varsity spots.
When is the first run?
It's next Thursday at Wayne, right there on the golf course. So right when you come into Corden, you come on up to the golf course, and it's all over the place out there. Scott Valentine runs a pretty good meet. They run all over the course, and then they go off of the, the southwest corner of the golf course, and they go out in a farmer's field a little bit out in that area. And he runs a pretty good meet, and hopefully the weather will stay the way it's been. But I think they're calling for a lot of heat next week, so I hope it's not like last year, because I think we ran and it was like 95 out there. So we're not conditioned to run in that kind of weather yet, but at the same time, we're enjoying what we've got this week.
And we get one home meet. And I know it's always a very special day. You get a good crowd, a great place to run, and always look forward to it.
You bet. It's October 6th. It's usually during homecoming or the week after. I don't know how that falls this year, but you've been out there. You see the kind of crowds we get out there. I wish we could charge admission, because if we just took $1 for everyone that came out to that thing, I think we would be able to buy all of our water and probably all our warm-ups every year if we just charged admission to our home meet. But it's wonderful to see our community support that. And, cross country, we know our place. We know we're not the big fall sport that gets all the attention, but I'll tell you what, our kids hold their own, and our community backs our one meet really well out there, and Rick Kosrich hosts very well out there, and that we bring great crowds from all over the place, and McCord always helps us out too, which is a huge help, and I feel like we pull off a great home meet.
Coach Matt Chrissage, our Big Red and Redhead cross country coach, first action next Thursday, right over in Corden.
Right.
And mark your calendar right now, October 6th. For the home meet. And Coach, before we let you go, I don't want to put you on the spot, but we definitely want to give you our sympathies from all of us here at the Pitch Sports Show. You lost your father not long ago, and this will be the first sports season I know you go into without him, and I'm sure he had a great influence on your love for sports. And so we certainly send you our deepest condolences on that.
No, thank you very much. It is going to be a tough year. Dad was always at all the athletic events, and he always packed Mark over at Seymour and watched Joe play all of his years over there. And, he's always been at every home game at Centerville. And, he watched my son Nick play here. And, it was always special for him to watch me coach and watch Mark coach. And it's going to be tough. When we open up here this year at home, I'm really going to miss seeing him up there in the top of the bleachers. But at the same time, I know he'll still be with me and he'll still be watching over us. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Coach Matt Krusich, we will take a break. We will come back right after this. We'll talk to Josh about all things Hy-Vee. For those of you that missed it earlier, Tim McGrath is just all over the newspaper. We got to find out why in the world we're looking at his mug today. And then football with Coach Kenny Whitlow. It's Mohawk football. We saw the posters out, and they're ready to go take on Tri-County on Friday night. We'll get Coach's thought on this upcoming season when we come back on Hy-Vee The Pitch.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353. Kiko Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Kiko Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Kiko Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Kiko Construction, For all your excavating needs, remember,
We can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitchfork Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon. Seasons are changing and winter will be here before we know it. So what are you waiting for? It's time to play some golf. Lots of golf before winter. Call the Preserve on Rathbun Lake at 724-1400. That's 724-1400. The Preserve on Rathbun Lake is Southern Iowa's premier 18-hole championship golf course. It is a beautiful facility, and they have a full-stocked pro shop as well. So you can not only play your best, but you can look your best, and you can have the finest equipment available. The Preserve on Rathbun Lake. Call 724-1400.
We're talking local sports a little bit more on Hy-Vee's The Pitch. Remember, we are streaming live nowadays at thepitchforkshow.com. That's thepitchforkshow.com. A couple of things, such a jam-packed show tonight. We really didn't get to some of our opening stuff, the first pitch stuff that I want to cover. First off, Pancake Day needs convertibles. So if you have a convertible you would like for them to be able to use, if you want to help out, come up and drive your convertible in the parade and help us out big time. That'd be great. Call the chamber at 437-4102. 437-4102. They are in need of convertibles for Pancake Day. Also, the Moravia girls volleyball team, their season has already opened up, but we want to let you know that they're at home on Thursday the 27th, so that's tomorrow night. They're at home with Orient Maxburg, and we'll talk to Coach Whitlow. We got the new gym there. Now, they ran into a small snag, but hopefully that all gets taken care of. But we'll get details as far as what he can tell us on that coming up. Mountain Dew volleyball, their first action is Thursday, September 3rd at Twin Cedars. Their first home action is Thursday, September 10th against Grand View Christian. And congratulations to the Seymour Mountain Dew football team as they get off to a 1-0 start after putting one on Tri-County last week. All right, let's talk to Josh Price. Josh, why are we looking at Tim McGrand's mug in the paper? Nice-looking guy and all, but boy, I mean, he's just like, oh, you're being awful nice there. No, I'm just kidding. No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we got a huge produce sale going on. Come out and see them. We have cotton candy grapes are back in season, so we have those out for just $3.99 a pound. Jumbo Washington Red Delicious apples, just $1.27 a pound. Our shortcuts, all of our shortcuts are $4.99 a pound with a 5-cent fuel saver. We also have carrot and navel oranges, just $1.68 a pound, and fresh Fuji apples, just 79 cents a pound. Also, if you come in on Thursday and Friday, for every $10 you spend in our produce department, you can save 10 cents a gallon on your fuel saver card. Is he holding the oranges? Is that what we... I think he was attempting to juggle, but I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. All right, now with football season here, you know, you're going to be busy helping with the big board, but I assume that we'll have the grill down there.
The grill will still be down there every Friday night with the chicken sandwiches and the broth and the burgers and maybe a turkey leg or two, maybe some chili when it gets cool down there. Right. So, yeah, Michelle will have the grill fired up down there every Friday night. We're at home.
All right. We are presented by Hy-Vee. We thank them for having us out each and every week. We'll grab a quick break. When we come back, we will talk football with Coach Dickie Whitlow. He'll tell us his thoughts on the Mohawk season coming up, and we'll talk about their game coming up on Friday night. This
is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly in your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
Hey, sports fans, did you know that Jim Ireland Menswear on the square in Centerville has a nice selection of Big Reds, Hawkeyes, Cyclones, and even UNI apparel? That's right. If you're looking to show your team spirit, check out Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. You'll find golf shirts, jackets, caps, and sweatshirts, all with your favorite team logos and all at Jim Ireland Menswear. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5:30, Fridays 9 to 7, and Saturdays 9 to 5.
The Flower Teak in Centerville is your one-stop shop for all your floral needs. We carry a large selection of fresh-cut flowers, green plants, memorial stones, candles, wreaths, barn quilts, and other great gift ideas. We provide fast, same-day delivery and treat you as our #1 customer. Whether you are planning a large event such as a wedding or simply know someone needing cheering up, we can help. Let our friendly staff help you choose the right flowers or gift to fit your needs. Flower Teak on the northeast corner of the Centerville Square. Call 437-4131, visit flowerteak.com, or find us on Facebook.
Nothing brings out the warmth and style of your home like new flooring. J&L Flooring in Centerville is family-owned and operated, and they're located on the east side of the Centerville Square. Give them a call today at 856-6331. That's 856-6331. J&L Floor Covering carries a complete line of floor coverings at the most competitive prices, and they hire only the most qualified professional installers. Call J&L Flooring today at 641-856-6331. That's 856-6331.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCLG Centerville. Coming up in just a little bit, our Power Insurance Hall of Fame, The Challenge. Right now, we're going to talk some football with Coach Denny Whitlow of the Moravia Mohawks. Coach, I know you, like probably all of the boys, are ready to get going and go out and hit somebody else and get going on Friday night. You open up on the road with Tri-County. We'll get to that in a moment, but first let's just talk about your team a little bit, your thoughts on this group of kids.
We're really excited about the season. We've got a lot of kids coming back that have a lot of experience. A lot of these boys, because of our lack of upperclass in the last few years, these boys have had to play since they were freshmen. They've kind of gotten, hammered on some as they were younger, and now they're ready to kind of do that back this season with being seniors, and they want to flex their muscles. So we've got 5 really solid seniors, we feel. We have Ocker coming back, who's basically been a quarterback since his freshman year. He kind of got thrown into it as a freshman, so 4th year under center. He feels very comfortable with that. He'll also be playing defensive back. Avery Waybill will be our probably #1 wide receiver. Briar likes to find him, and he does a really good job. He'll be playing the other defensive back for us. Then Trevor Cormany, he was our backup fullback last year. He stepped into that role this year as our starter and has done a really good job in practice. And he was starting linebacker for us last year. He's going to step in and be our leading linebacker this year. Alex Floyd he'll be a 3-year starter as a center for us, and he'll also play defensive tackle. Then I've got Sam Klaus, who's our starting tailback. He was a starting tailback last year, and he'll relieve Briar and Avery whenever we need a little breather back as a defensive back. So we feel like pretty solid there. I've got some juniors that have also stepped up this year that are going to be playing. Quentin Castile, he's a junior. He'll be our offensive and defensive lineman, and he's really spent a lot of time in the weight room this year and really bulked up, and we look for him to do some big things as a lineman for us. Chase Snyder. Last year, Chase and Sam shared carries as our tailback, and they'll probably do the same thing again this year. And Chase, about halfway through the season, started playing a lot of linebacker for us last year, and really came on at the end of the year, and he hasn't stopped from there, so he's looking pretty solid. Cole Hyde, last year, Cole dealt with a lot of injuries as a sophomore and just not real strong last year. And this year, he was battling out with 1 or 2 other kids on being that other offensive lineman for us. And so an 8-man, you play with 3 offensive linemen. And Cole stepped up, and you can tell he wanted that position, and he's taken that. He's done a really good job, and he's even probably surprised us as a coaching staff how much he stepped up on the offensive side of the ball. And then he's been battling out as a defensive end, and right now he's probably a step ahead of a couple other kids that be our defensive end. Jake Martin was our tight end last year, and he's also going to play defensive end for us this year. Dallas Price. Dallas, we're a backup fullback, and he's fighting right there with Cole as that defensive end. Skylar Smith, he'll be our backup receiver if Jake or Avery goes down, and he'll be a backup linebacker for us. And then Austin Wilson is our other junior who will get a lot of playing time. He's our backup lineman and our backup defensive tackle. So
We've got plenty of boys there that can step in and play for us. That are just juniors and seniors, and so we're excited about that. We have some sophomores. If we need to put them in, we can, but that would be basically our main varsity players right there.
Well, you open up on the road with Tri-County. Tri-County took one on the nose last week against Seymour Moulton Udell. Do you get game film for that where you don't have any to provide this year, or how does that work?
No, we didn't get any game film from them this year. My coaching staff and I, we did drive up to Tri-County last Friday and did some scouting ourselves and wrote some things down and saw the game and kind of know what they're doing. Coach Edmondson, I've known him for a long time. We've been coaching against each other for a long time, and he's really not doing anything different than what he's done in the past. So we've taken old game film that we had and also looked at things they did the other night. And, so we feel like we're pretty prepared for them.
When you see them, the first week, I think it was 24-0, I think was the final against Seymour Moulton Udell. When you look at that game, do you walk away thinking, boy, Seymour's really good, or did you walk away thinking, well, Tri-County has some places we can expose?
I think we can expose some things. I think Tri-County, I know last year only lost 2 seniors, but when we look at last year's roster and then coming back with the kids they should have coming back, they had about 5 or 6 kids that for some reason chose not to go out this year. So they had a lot of kids that were JV players last year or never even played before. They weren't on the roster the year before playing the other night. So we definitely got some spots that they're young or just very inexperienced, and with our experience, we feel like we can really exploit that. Now, I know the weather's probably going to play a factor in it some. I know they're talking about rain and thunderstorms and things like that Friday night, unless during the day today they've changed it, but that's what it was this morning when my wife was making me walk on the treadmill. So, so that could be something. But I feel with our experience and what we saw last week, we feel like we're good to go for Friday night as long as our boys come ready to play.
Offensively, what sort of team do you expect to be this year as far as a run-pass sort of team?
I think we're going to be pretty balanced this year. I think Breyer and Avery's really started hooking up a lot more in the passing game. In the past, we've really focused on running the ball. We've ran the option and things. We're going to try a couple other things this year. Offensively, we're looking to spread it out maybe a little bit more and use some of our athletes that we have and try to give them a space and see what we can do there. And then we've got some spin back things that we're looking at maybe doing some of that and see if that can kind of freeze the defense and go from there. But we went out to Wayne, Nebraska like we go every summer and to team camp and worked on those things. And I thought we had a really good showing out there. And we had 20 of our 24 boys go out to that camp. And that was the most I've ever had go out to that camp. I've been going out there for like 8 or 9 years. And we had good participation out there, and our boys looked good, and we got this stuff in. And so that really made us excited for the season, and we're just looking forward to get started.
Talk to me about what you know about your district. Obviously, you haven't seen anybody, but you do kind of from year to year have an idea of who's supposed to have work coming back. Like, say, the Tri-County thing's a surprise that some kids didn't go out. But based on what you would think from last year, who do you expect to be the top teams in your district?
Well, I think Wayne will be pretty solid again this year. They usually have good numbers out. If you have good numbers, especially in 8-man, you surely find 8 kids to be able to place out there that should be pretty good athletes. So I think they'll be pretty good. They've got confidence coming back because they've done really well since they've been in 8-man. Twin Cedars, again, usually has 30, 35 kids out. And I know they lost Otis Roby last year, who was their quarterback. So they'll have to replace him, but I feel like they'll probably be the top 2 teams. Lamoni is always very solid, so I'd say those 3 teams are definitely the top 3 teams in the district, because I think we could be right in there with them, and we should definitely be fighting for a playoff spot this year.
All right, before we let you go, I don't want you to get in trouble when you get home. I know your wife Darcy has got, which, by the way, has got a big class reunion coming up this year as well. From Chad and I, our big, what is this, 10 years?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, 25 years out this year, so she'll probably kill me for kind of giving away her age on the air. But she's got a big event this year for your fall festival, which is not this weekend, but next weekend. That'll raise some good money for your sports programs.
Yeah, not this Saturday, but next Saturday during the Moravia Fall Festival, she's going to do a color run over at Moravia. And
this is her first year of doing it. She's been a local, I guess, 5K runner here around the area. She usually does really well in the 5Ks, and they asked her if she would be willing to put on the run this year. She said, well, let's do something a little bit different. She decided to do a color run in Moravia, and she's really excited about putting it on. And in the past, Moravia's only had about 15, 20 runners, if that, running the races, and she's already got 70 people signed up for the run. And, we're really excited about that. It's $20. You pre-register, and that was basically just by getting a hold of her, and just she places your name on a list and give a phone number and tell her what your shirt size is, and then you just pay the day of the race. If you want to just come next Saturday and run, it's $25. And the only thing is if that's the case, you may not get a T-shirt. That'd be the only thing. But if you still want to have a chance, you can give me a call at the school or leave a message at the school and leave a name and your T-shirt size, and I can get that to her. So should be a really fun time, and the money's going to go to help the football team and the cross-country team, and just provide different equipment things for them. So if you want to come out and have a good time next Saturday and enjoy some of the Moravia Fall Festival, come on out, support those sport teams.
All right, Coach Whitlow, Moravia football Friday night at Tri-County, and then home opener the following week before the Fall Festival against North English Valley. Is that right?
Yeah, English Valley the next week at home. So we're looking forward to seeing what they've got this year.
All right. And quickly tell us the volleyball. Will they be playing in the new gym tomorrow night? I know you ran into a little bit of thing there with some sidewalk issues, but okay.
Yeah. Right now, I think they're going to have to play in the old gym tomorrow night, but I do know they had a problem. The fire marshal said they had to have a sidewalk put completely around the new gym, and but I do know that since Monday they've had people in there pouring concrete. So I guess maybe if they would happen to get it done by tomorrow, they might have it, but I think they still have to be okayed for it. So I would say it'll probably be in the old gym this week, but hopefully next week they'll be in the new gym and showing that thing off. It is really nice. We're really happy with the community voting to have that. And I'm excited to get in a new weight room is what I'm really excited about. We also got a new wrestling room, get in those things and get going for that as well. So, but if you haven't had a chance to go check it out, it is a really nice gym, and we're excited to get using it.
All right, Coach will be on all season long to talk Mohawk football. We'll grab a break. We'll come back after this.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced, lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and airbags that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. RK Auto Body has it. We're among only 10% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose RK Auto Body. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
It's the fall premiere of the Pitchfork Show. You're listening to KCOG Centerville, and we're joined now by Coach Tom Hill, who's normally in a good mood, and tonight he's in a real good mood. Coach, first of all, I mean, not only obviously we're excited that the girls got off to a great start, but you kind of set the tone for all of the fall sports season, and boy, you did a heck of a job. Way to go.
I appreciate it. We had a good night, first night over there at Waco on Monday night, so I was really proud of our kids. I didn't do much other than stand there and turn the lineup card in, so they did a great job. So,
all right, so you go to Waco, and you win the whole shebang. So take us through.
Well, we got into this tournament last year, kind of in the last minute thing, and we went over there and we played our pool play, and we played Iowa Valley, Fairfield, Monterey, and Waco, and we didn't get out of our pool, didn't make it to the finals, and we're kind of disappointed, but it was the first night and everything. We played Waco later on at the Davis County tournament, and they beat us again over there, but it was a little more competitive. And so from a coaching standpoint, of course, I wanted to get a second chance at them this year and get after them. And we went over there and played. The first match we played was Van Buren this year, and Van Buren's a pretty young team, and we were able to take advantage of that. We played really well, just from a standpoint of trying to keep the tempo fast. That's been a big goal of ours in practice, to just make everything faster. I think if when you see us play this year, I think hopefully that's what we're trying to accomplish. And you can see us play a little bit of a faster game. So we did a really nice job of that coming out of the gates. Beat Van Buren, then played Waco in the second game, and really got them uncomfortable early. And the game we were playing pretty fast and making a lot of good things happen and got our rhythm down. And we won that in 2 games. And we turned around and played Columbus in the third game and swept them in 2 games also. Kind of same thing. Columbus struggled a little bit with serve receive, and we served the ball pretty well. So we got a lot of points that way. And we were ready to play the championship game then. Basically, they don't have a bracket after that. If you made the top, and if you win your pool, then you play in the championship game. And if you got second, you played in consolation. So we won our pool, and we ended up having to wait. It was almost an hour wait for us between our pool play and then the championship game. And our girls don't come off a break so well, and that's something we're trying to get a little bit better at, especially when we're playing tournaments. And we came out pretty sluggish. We had to play Pekin then in the championship game, and Pekin has a really, really nice team. I think last year they were, if I remember right, I think they were like 19-10 overall, so they had a pretty good team last year, good program going. And they had 2 middles that we really struggled with, and we ended up losing the first game. I think it was 25-19. And then really, usually in the past, after we lose that first game, it's really tough for us to get back into it. And our kids responded really well. And we came out in the second game, served really well, and ended up winning that second game, and then won the third game. And it was pretty exciting, back and forth, point for point. And then we ended up winning kind of on a call that usually gets called on us, but they got called on them where they reached over the net, broke the plane in the net, touched the ball before we had a chance to set it. And you can't touch the ball unless it's in the plane, and they broke the plane, and we got the last point that way. So I wish we would have killed it to win it, but I'll take it. So we start season 4-0, and good stuff. So a lot of good things happening.
So now you got a real test coming up this weekend. See how you respond.
Yeah, our level of competition goes up. I'm sure we were the biggest school over at Waco, and now we go into a situation at Grinnell where I think we're probably the small school. So that's where we're going to sit over there. We play Washington and Grinnell and Clear Creek Amana in our pool. And Clear Creek, I guess, is ranked, and Washington and Grinnell are playing at Grinnell. Grinnell is always tough. And Washington is a program that's kind of coming on the past couple of years. So it'll be a big change for us. It'll be a good change for us.
And you got to roll out of it pretty early to get there.
Not as early as the Burlington tournament, but we'll leave about probably 6:30, 6:45, and start playing by 9. So
so they'll be doing their hair on the way. basically.
We usually don't do our hair much in the morning on Saturday. There's a lot of sleeping going on, and then
Ponytail,
put it up those ponytails and going. So it's, yeah.
Well, let's talk about your team individually here, especially as seniors. You got some very good senior athletes and girls that definitely ready to provide some leadership for you.
Yeah, I've been really happy with our seniors so far this year. We just in the way they've acted during practice and done a lot of good things that way. Of course, Liz Barger, this is her last season with us, and she's been playing varsity since she was a freshman, doing some really, really great things this year. Just her attitude's kind of changed a little bit. We've tried to change her overall attitude in our gym, and I think it's been great to see our seniors buy into that. Maddie Mormon, she was our setter last year. We changed our offense somewhat from last year. Last year we ran 2 setters all the time. This year we're back to a 5-1 offense, and she's had to really compete for a setter position. And actually, though, Monday night we played her pretty much half and half, her and Libby Seabolt, who is also coming back as a setter as a junior. Just really complement each other the whole night. One of them, we kept them both in the game, but one of them was our primary setter, and the other one was kind of our secondary setter. And Maddie's really had a great attitude this year and worked really hard. And I know she spent a lot of time in the weight room trying to make herself a better player and athlete overall. And that's been great to see. Taylor Lawson, just an outstanding kid, and has a great attitude and is really starting to buy into being a leader for our team and really trying to be more productive offensively and defensively, and really takes a lot on her shoulders. And I know she's getting really excited. We had talked about colleges are calling her for basketball, and I think that's actually helped out her confidence overall. And I think that's a neat part of her character that she's got going on, and really does some great things for us. Can't ask much more for what she's doing. Kylie Joyner, kind of right side hitter for us, middle hitter. Again, doing some really, really good things for us from the standpoint of just getting better from where she was last year. She's contributing, Monday night she contributed with some defensive plays, hit a couple of big kills for us. And just keeps developing herself that way. Michaela White, Michaela did a tremendous job. She had a slow start Monday night, but really played really well in the championship match for us in the back row and did a lot of good things there that just, I'm so proud of her from that standpoint. And just seeing her character come out. Hannah Sales hasn't really had time to practice with us much. She was at State Fair pretty much for 2 weeks, came back this week. So tonight was her first. We scrimmaged last night, and then tonight was her first real practice. So that was, kind of where she's trying to get back in the flow of things. So just really good kids that we're working with, and just really happy to see what's going on there. So,
and you've got good coaching staff again. You guys are getting some years together, and I think that always helps.
Oh yeah, we're doing a lot of good things. Also, we have Alex Kelly as a senior. She is probably the most improved kid overall of all of our kids, and just has really put in a lot of positive effort and work in. I don't know, I've been really proud of all of our seniors, but especially Alex, in the way she's really, really fought and done some great things. But it's a strong senior class, and that's been a neat piece for us. Like you're saying, with our coaching staff, we kept our coaching staff together again. So this was like 8 years, I think, we've been together. Christy Demery's the assistant, varsity assistant, JV coach, and Tina Turner is our freshman varsity assistant. Just two people that really just spend a lot of time with our kids and work hard to make themselves better. We spend a lot of time in clinics and just talking, meeting, and everything. And it's been good. It's been great to have these guys around together, and I think that's helped our whole program, to be totally honest with you.
When you think of the conference, who comes to mind? Who you think are the teams to beat this year?
Oh, you gotta say Eddyville. I think Eddyville is ranked 5th right now, preseason. They have kids, just phenomenal kids, athletic kids that play volleyball almost all year round. And, we're hoping that down to that match. Hopefully, we're both undefeated. We got to go there this year. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if we pulled that upset over there. So, but that's the way down the road. We got a lot of business to take care of between now and then, and our kids just have to get better, and that's the main thing.
Well, I know the girls have been working hard, and I know they really appreciate the support of the community, and especially in them home matches, you see that good crowd, and you've got a big one coming up next week.
It's pretty special. I don't know, we haven't beaten Davis County for probably at least 2 years. Past 2 years, they beat us regionals and tournament, and then during our regular season, and I think we kind of hold them one. So we get through Saturday, get better on Saturday, and then next Tuesday night we get them here at home, and it'd be great to see as many people out to make it as uncomfortable as possible for the Mustangs when they come in.
Yeah. So you're saying you wouldn't mind taking care of business?
I think it would be a great time to take care of a little more business Tuesday night. So, yeah.
Hi, Coach Tom Hill talking Red Hat Volleyball. They're off to a great start, 4-0. Got the tournament win at Waco. Now they get a real challenge this weekend as they head to Grinnell for some tough action there. So, Coach, we look forward to visiting with you each week throughout the season. And before you go, you might as well, it's the fall premiere. We got everybody here. Let's jump into our Hall of Fame challenge and just put everybody to the test right out of the chute.
All right. Good thanks again, guys.
You bet. Thanks, Coach. All right, well, everybody loves their football, and it's exciting to be talking football, and we're going to be having our Hall of Fame challenge. Of course, will be a football question. Our Power and Church Hall of Fame challenge. College football will be going before we know it. And so how much do we remember about last year? Give me the top 5 teams in last year's AP poll at the end of the year. The final AP poll of the year last year, give me the top 5 teams. So there you go. We'll see how they do. We'll come back right after this on Hy-Vee's The Pitch.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
We can.
Sells and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sells and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sells and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon. Seasons are changing, and winter will be here before we know it. So what are you waiting for? It's time to play some golf. Lots of golf before winter. Call the Preserve on Rathbun Lake at 724-1400. That's 724-1400. The Preserve on Rathbun Lake is Southern Iowa's premier 18-hole championship golf course. It is a beautiful facility, and they have a full-stocked pro shop as well. So you can not only play your best, but you can look your best, and you can have the finest equipment available. The Preserve on Rathbun Lake. Call 724-1400.
We're taking our Power Insurance Hall of Fame challenge, and the challenge, of course, brought to you by Power Insurance. Maybe call 724-9000. All right, let's see how these guys did with last year's top 5 in the final AP poll. Of course, Ohio State was number 1. Everybody hopefully is 1 for 1, right? Number 2 is the Oregon Ducks. Anybody get that? Coach Hill, Coach Ed, everybody but Chad's 2 for 2. Number 3 was the Horned Frogs of Texas Christian University. Anybody? No. All right. Number 4, the Alabama Crimson Tide. All right. Anybody 4 for 4? Anybody 3 for 4? Josh is up 1 eye. Now, number 5, all right, there were 2 teams there that tied for number 5. So if you have Michigan State or Florida State, then you're okay. If not, all right, so who got 3 in the right order? Anybody? Josh, did anybody else get 3 in the right order, or is Bryce going to kick off the fall season with a win? A win for Bryce. All right, outstanding. There you have it. Josh Bryce wins our Hall of Fame challenge right out of the chute. We will grab a break. When we come back, we'll be talking Big Red Foosball with Coach Chuck Evans right after this.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
Hey, sports fans, did you know that Jim Ireland Menswear on the Square in Centerville has a nice selection of Big Reds, Hawkeyes, Cyclones, and even UNI apparel? That's right. If you're looking to show your team spirit, check out Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. You'll find golf shirts, jackets, caps, and sweatshirts, all with your favorite team logos, and all at Jim Ireland Menswear. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5:30, Fridays, 9 to 7, and Saturdays, 9 to 5.
The Flower Teak in Centerville is your one-stop shop for all your floral needs. We carry a large selection of fresh-cut flowers, green plants, memorial stones, candles, wreaths, barn folks, and other great gift ideas. We provide fast, same-day delivery and treat you as our #1 customer. Whether you are planning a large event such as a wedding or simply know someone needing cheering up, we can help. Let our friendly staff help you choose the right flowers or gift to fit your needs. Flower Teak on the northeast corner of the Centerville Square. Call 437-4131, visit flowerteak.com, or find us on Facebook.
Nothing brings out the warmth and style of your home like new flooring. J&L Flooring in Centerville is family-owned and operated, and they're located on the east side of the Centerville Square. Give them a call today at 856-6331. That's 856-6331. J&L Floor Covering carries a complete line of floor coverings at the most competitive prices, and they hire only the most qualified professional installers. Call J&L Flooring today at 641-856-6331. That's 856-6331.
This is the pitch on KCOG Centerville, and it's time to talk some more football. We're joined now by Coach Chuck Evans of the Centerville Big Reds. And with Coach, I'm sure by now everybody's just giddy and ready to go. The countdown is on now to Friday night and a date with the Sheridan Chargers. How pumped is the players and the coaching staff to get out there and get after it with somebody?
Well, it's just like everybody's probably been on tonight and across the state that haven't played a football game. You're tired of seeing your buddy across the line of scrimmage from you, and you're tired of, people cheating on offense and cheating on defense, knowing what you're going to run. So it'd be nice Friday night to see different faces and just a different environment. You go down over the hill there at our complex, and you're pretty by yourself. So come Friday night in front of the Sheridan home crowd and the Centerville Big Red crowd going up there. It's going to be fun. Kids will be pumped up. Adrenaline will be flowing, and then the first couple of plays, you got to hold on to your hat because the timing's going to probably be off. The kids are going to come out of the stance a little bit quicker and a little bit faster. But I think for the most part, we'll be ready, and we've had a pretty good week. So we've had really good, solid 3 weeks of practice and leading up a little bit more. It's kind of tough this year with the new rules. We're limited to 30 minutes of contact, basically for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and 90 minutes for the total week. So you just don't get as much contact work as you used to in the past. I understand it with concussion rules and everything's going on with that, but what we've got accomplished in the short period of time that we've had, I think we're ready to play.
With the concussion concerns, what they are anymore, are there any rules changes out? So, I can appreciate what the state's doing with the practice. I've been one who, in the last few years of watching games, who feels like that we need to address what's going on the field during the game and plays not getting flagged and no repercussion like there is in the NFL and college, where they go back and watch the replay and throw you out of the game on that. High school, we've seen a number of hits just in our game that didn't even get flagged. And so is there anything, of rules changes there, any points of emphasis on these guys to keep these kids up?
Well, I think the point of emphasis is obviously they're really going to crack down on leading with the top of your helmet, the crown of the helmet, on any type of play. Even if you're running back, you're putting your head down, going through the hole. We're going to watch that. The other point of emphasis is going to be the play. When the play's going on in front of you, the player's away from the play. They're going to watch that a little bit more closely as far as if some two are tangling up or you're taking a cheap shot on the backside, as they say. So they're going to watch that. And then it all comes, everything comes apart. Coaches got to know what they're doing with the tackling, keeping the heads up and everything. Players have got to understand the rules and how they're going to be enforced. But the third part of it's the officials. The officials, quite honestly, the game's gotten faster. There's no doubt about it. And, officials got to stay in shape and be in position to call it the way they are. It's just like a good professional baseball game. The game's done. It usually takes maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Everybody knows what's going on, and you don't even know the umpires are out there. Same thing with the football game. If the game's moving along, everybody knows the rules, they're consistent with the rules, then you don't have any problems.
Would you be an advocate at all of, everybody's got game film. Every game's filmed. There's no doubt about that. Of the state being able to look at per request, say, of, if you have a concern, you take it to your AD and you say, and I always reference back, I think about the Michael Sarsfield hit a few years ago with Carlisle. Yeah, somebody, if the rules are there, you can send that to the state and say, please look at this, and they could go back and suspend that kid a game or do something retrospect.
Well, the policy or the procedures are in place for that. The Iowa State High School Athletics Association with Todd Tharp, you can set up an account on the Huddle, which is basically about everybody uses Huddle for their filming and scout review. You can send to his attention plays that you feel that were not enforced properly or, maybe mispenalized or whatever you want to call it, and they will look at it. As far as, after the fact type punishment, I don't know if anything like that could develop. I think probably in a situation, we'll go back to the Sarsfield here at Carlisle, it'd probably be a situation where, hey, that official blew it, kid put his head down and drilled Michael, we all know it. They probably wouldn't do anything to the actual player from Carlisle, but they would probably address it to the officiating crew. And the officiating crews, they work very hard and they try to do a good job because they want to get to the playoffs. That's kind of like their perk or reward for doing a good job during the season. And so anything that could be a blemish on their record usually disallows them to be in the work in the playoffs, and they don't want that. So I think the only recourse they would have is just to address the crew and say, hey, you guys kind of maybe blew this one. You better look at it. We've got it on film, and take a closer look at it. But as far as any kind of repercussions or any penalties past the time the game's played, I doubt that's been enforced.
All right, let's talk about this Big Red football team and maybe the changes, what you're excited about. And before we get to the players, let's talk about the big change in the facility that people are going to see next Friday night when they show up. That's going to be quite a sight. I know everybody's excited about the new scoreboard.
Well, I'm just, and like I said at the Meet the Big Red Eds night, it takes a team to play a football game. It takes a team and a community to do what they're doing here in Centerville. The Booster Club with Rick and Dave getting involved, and everybody in the community with school administration and various other corporate groups donating the money to do it. And they've done it right. We've got a new scoreboard on the football field with the 25-second play clocks that has a vision board where you go see the kids' pictures. There's going to be highlights shown. There's going to be upcoming events. It's going to be really, really nice. But we just didn't stop there. They took it a step further and went in the gym. And we're going to have new scoreboards in the gym with a video board in the gym. So it could be used not only for sporting events, but also graduation activities, anything that goes on in the gym that you can use any type of video. They're going to be able to do that. So, you got to tip your hat to the people involved that are spearheading this by raising the money first, and then also installing it. I know that all the electrical and everybody included has been working a lot of hours, and I know some of those hours are donated. And the kids are good. When they put it up, I think the crowning moment was last Friday, I think, or Thursday it was. We were down the game field, and they took the torch to the old scoreboard and put the crane to it, and they lifted that up, and one of the kids says, "Do you think they better put the power to the new one before we take the old one out?" And one of the other kids says, "Oh, it just works half the time anyway." So the kids are excited, and I know people who come down for the Knoxville game next week are really going to be pleasantly surprised on just the way the thing was put together and the appearance of it. It's really nice.
Let's talk about your team. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. What do we have there for experience coming back, and what can we expect to see from our offense this year?
Well, we got a lot of experience coming back. The first one, the key person in any offensive attack is going to be your quarterback, and that's Brett Kozarich, and he played as a sophomore last year. He's a junior this year, and he's got all the tangibles. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's got the height and the arm and the maturity to play the quarterback position, and he's got two great receivers in seniors, Tate Felton on one side of the ball, and on one side, and Hunter Cowan on the other side. That have great hands and good height, so they're good targets. And then the running back position, Briar Cowan and Taylor Misitich. So he's got four seniors back there who have, as you say, have been through the wars of playing high school football and have good experience. And then Trey Reinhardt will be at the fullback position. And then up front, Daniel Harris and Carson Goderman and Craig Mihalovich will be anchoring the line, which is good. And then we've had a change in positions. Nathan Grothe, who has been a wide receiver and defensive end, this last week has moved to the right guard position, and he'll start Friday night there. Another senior, and then at the other tackle will be Trevor Gavigan, who I was talking to Trevor tonight, who was a freshman, came to the weight room one summer, his freshman year, and we went down the weight room, and Trevor couldn't even lift the bar. It's just 45 pounds. And this year he repped out, did 15 reps at 150, and did a great job of working and being in the weight room. And I told him tonight, I said, whoever thought when you were a freshman that come your senior year, you're going to start at the right tackle position for the Big Reds. And he kind of got a little emotional about it. And I hope the kids realize that. My wife and I had the seniors down at our place Sunday night, and we had fed them, and then Sue had to get back to Iowa City, and so the kids kind of hung around, and we had 11 of the 12 seniors there, and we talked a little football. It was really interesting to watch the kids and listen to them and talk and just share their ideas about what's going on in their life, and I think it brought them together a little bit closer and bonded them a little bit more, and that's what this team sports is all about. We like the wins and losses, and I love to win. There's no doubt about that. But to see this team come together, and I'm really anticipating to see a real good team effort come Friday night.
There's been a lot of push about getting in the weight room, and the raising the bar around here, which I think is a play on words there a little bit as well. So I know you've been a big part of this, and just I guess the barbershop talk is that the kids have responded, especially in the last year. Is that a fair statement?
Oh yeah, it's fair. We've got. I can say this fair statement. In my 5 years here, being here at Centerville, this is by far the strongest team, top to bottom, and it's probably the hardest working team in the weight room that we've had. The speed and the quickness is getting better, but we're seeing a lot of things positive take place. The kids being in the weight room is the one step. The kids coming together. I know this year that we've got 19 freshmen out which, is good numbers, considering what, those kids have gone through as 7th and 8th graders. The junior high camp that we hold every year, we had 42 kids there. So the numbers, the excitement is going in the right direction. Now, it's just like I tell everybody, how important is the Sheridan game? It's really important because these kids have put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it. Coaches have done the same thing. And it's a very important, piece of the puzzle that we start off with a win. I mean, it comes down to it. We got to get the win up at Sheridan just so that the kids know that this work and everything that they're doing is going in the right direction.
We talk about we're talking about the defense here in just a second, but I want to touch quickly on this freshman group that is coming in. You mentioned about kind of a rough go in junior high, but I want to talk about one kid specifically and get your thoughts on because it's a name that's been brought to me, and you talk about the weight training, and he's been through this agility stuff, and people that are seeing him are noticing is a kid by the name of Clay Garrettson is a name that somebody gave to me that said, is a perfect example of what the weight room and the agility training can do. They were impressed. So get your thoughts on that freshman specifically. Not how much you get to see specifically the freshman, or maybe Chad does, but I was surprised to hear that. I knew Clay was a hard-working kid, and it could be a good indication for everybody what hard work can do for you.
Oh, yeah, and definitely Clay's one of those quiet kids that comes in the weight room and works, and this summer he did that. It's been unfortunate, though. Here in the last couple of weeks, Clay sustained an injury. In all cases, was holding a dummy, and the kid that was blocking him, was going to block the dummy, and the dummy slipped, and the helmet hit his arm. So he's been in cast. He had some bruising and stuff, and so he had got his calf padded up tonight, and he won't see any action Friday, but he'll be in action come the following Friday, and the cast comes off in a couple of weeks. But yeah, you're exactly right. Clay has done great work ethic, and what I did this summer when I was running the weight room, we had the kids match up. Seniors were with freshmen. Two reasons for it. One was to obviously show them the right technique and lifting weights. We didn't want anybody to get hurt in the weight room. That's first. But the other thing was, and I stress this to our upperclassmen, is we're in this as a team. And these freshmen, sophomores have to feel like they're a team. And we've taken a lot of what I would call kind of traditions. The one walking through the locker room, like you have to go around to go down the freshman locker room. We've kind of taken that away because, the hazing, the bullying, all that kind of stuff, we don't need that. These kids got to get confidence in who they are and what they're doing and being a part of the Big Red football team. And the seniors have responded really well with that. And I also want to point out, not only was there a good group of young men in the weight room this summer, but there was also 5 ladies and getting ready for volleyball and the other sports that they participate in. So, and what I have to say to the young men that were in the weight room, those ladies came in and worked hard, the boys worked hard, we got along fine. It was a good, solid group. And it was kind of funny when, a couple of the guys didn't show up, the girls would make comments, a couple of the girls didn't show up, the guys make comments. So it was a good bonding as far as the team sport and being part of Centerville. And that's what we really stress, and I think the kids bought into it.
On the Redettes, I know everybody's excited about what they did Monday night. What a great start to the fall season. We all kind of beat up each other, and boy, they sure gave us something to get excited about right out of the chute.
Yes, they did. Coach Hill did a great job with that program, and the kids have bought into his philosophy and what they're doing. And again, they got great seniors on that volleyball team, familiar with those kids. And, Coach Cruz and the cross-country kids are coming up. And even Jim DePrizio and the band and everybody, anything that our kids are participating in, we need to get behind them 100% and enjoy it because, you guys both have kids coming up through the ranks, as they say. And, it's been a quick ride. In the next 4 or 5 years, it's even going to be a quicker ride.
All right, we're going to go a little bit long tonight with our fall premiere because we've had so much to cover. So we will be going past 8 o'clock just a little bit tonight. So we'll talk about our defense, and then we'll talk quickly about Sheridan. So, Coach, talk about your defense and where you see the strength there.
Well, I think the strength of the defense is, again, we've got 2 defensive ends, seniors, Nathan Grothy and Tate Felton, coming back with a year of experience, and Tate's case, couple years of experience. Then the inside is Carson Gunnerman and Daniel Harris. And then our linebacker core going across is Briar Cowan, Jacob Hartgrave, Hunter Matty, and Trey Reinhardt. And then the defensive backs will be Tiger Terpstra and Hunter Cowan and Bryce Cardani. And Coach Kovac is now defensive coordinator, and he's a very excitable guy. And he gets after it at practice. And sometimes I don't know what's coming out of his mouth, and I don't think sometimes he knows what's coming out of his mouth. But the kids have kind of taken attention to it and gotten after it. And Coach Matty's back there kind of directing the ship from the standpoint of if Coach Kovac has some questions and whatnot. He asked Coach Matty, and they've been working together. And along with your sidekick, Coach Koestner, at the defensive backs, they've been having fun. And watching them, I run the scout offense against them. And they come after you. And it's going to be fun watching them Friday night. They're going to be flying to the football. And we don't have really big kids, but they are stronger. They are quicker, and they just have to follow their assignments like any good defense will do. And if they don't, they have to answer to Kovac, and I wouldn't want to go there.
Now, do you guys, the coaching staff, each of you have a Kovac translation book that you go to sometimes that you can see? What the world was that you just said?
Well, it's that, or I think that now that we've installed the beeper system out there, that the siren goes off so we can't hear what he's saying. So, it's good, and I know his heart's in the right spot. He just wants the best for the kids, and football is his number one passion, and he just wants to do what's right, and he's wore the big red colors. He knows the importance of it, and he wants to make sure that when the Chargers, not Chargers, I shouldn't say that, with going up there, but with his team going up to play the Chargers, that they're ready to play.
Well, let's talk about the Chargers. We know it's going to be a tough challenge. What a great way to start, I guess. Go find out what we're made of on the road at Sheraton. What the Hawkinson kid is, well known. It sounds like he's going to Iowa, but so we expect him to be one of their weapons. What else do we know about the Chargers?
Well, the Kane lad, he's going to be the quarterback. Now, he didn't play there last year. He's going to play there this year, and they got 4 out of 5 starting offensive linemen back that were juniors last year. They're seniors, so anytime when you have that much experience up front, you're going to be kind of leery of the running game. But, Hawkinson is one of the top 8 players in the state. He's signed with Iowa. So you got to figure that they're going to spotlight that Division I athlete, and rightfully so. But the one that concerns me is the unknown kid. The kid that's either a sophomore, a junior, or maybe even a senior that hasn't gotten too much playing time, and now it's his time to step up. And all of a sudden, he starts causing you havoc. You kind of know of all the other kids, but that's the one player that concerns me is that unknown kid that's going to step on the field. And I'm sure when they look at our starting lineup, they see some familiar faces out there. But there's going to be some kids that are going to make an impression in the first varsity game, good or bad, that you're just going to have to be leery of.
Talking football with Coach Chuck Emmons. It's hard to believe. It's Football Friday this Friday night. One thing we want to mention, too, we talked about the community support, the great traditions here. Paper Hat Night is going to be very special this year. I want to let everybody know that they are doing, they're folding paper hats on Monday night, the 31st, at the Manhattan. So everyone is welcome to come out and help, and they need as many as we can to get those things folded. But Paper Hat Night is going to be even more special this year.
Yeah, Paper Hat Night falls on 9/11, and when I referenced the kids, we were talking when they were down Sunday. We were talking about Paper Hat Night and 9/11, and how soon time passes. Those kids were only 4 years old, and there's one thing about this country: we move on, but we should never forget where we've come from. And 9/11 is one of those cases or incidents where there's a lot of people who lost their lives that day. There was a lot of people that were heroes that day that went into buildings that were collapsing to save people. And during the PCM game on September 11th, the Manhattan Night on one side is because they beat PCM, and on the other side is going to be an honor to those people that lost their lives at 9/11, that also went in and were heroes that night. And then also our veterans, men and women who have defended this country and give us the privilege to play football Friday nights and do the things that we get to do here, even though we don't maybe sometimes agree with what the government's doing. We have the right to say it. And those people that have given us an ultimate sacrifice to serve our country, and that we're going to honor them. And so it should be a very special night, the PCM game, and that time out to Manhattan. They're going to start 5 o'clock, I believe, and I encourage people just to take half hour, 45 minutes of your time to go out there. If a large group shows up, it takes about an hour to get it all done. And I know Amy Garnerman and Keenan Maddie and other people are really promoting this. They're going to get the fire department involved. They're going to get veterans and organizations involved on that night. So it should be a very special night. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, and we can do it right. We're 2-0 with those hats, and we plan on making it 3-0.
We're going to be talking to Coach Evans all season long, every Wednesday night here, talking Big Red football. We're about to wrap our fall premiere here. Before we do, Coach, we're going to strap it on Friday night. Go get them. There's been a big push. We've been hearing a lot of these boys on the radio. I know that's been fun to hear them inviting everybody to come out, talk about you talk about the community support, getting things done. But it means so much to those boys. Obviously, everybody can't make all the road games, but it means so much, I know, at Johnsonville for those boys to look out there and see that they've got the full support of the community.
Yeah, and one thing that we haven't mentioned, the first team that's representing the Big Red football program Friday night will be our fresh soft team under Coach Matt Johnson and Todd Mihalovich, and Matt Harnish will be running the defense, and Coach Matty will also be up there helping run the show. And they start at a 4:45 kickoff, and we're combining some of our sophomores with the freshman team to allow kids to play. We just do not have the numbers at the present time to have a varsity team, JV team, and a freshman team. So we did the sophomore, freshman. And the main emphasis is to get the kids out there and play. But their main emphasis is to win the football game. And I know they want to get that job accomplished. And, it's so important, like you said, to go on the road Friday night and have a good following from Centerville Big Reds fans. And, those kids hear you. They know where mom and dad or grandma or grandpa or whatever the case might be are sitting. They know how many people are showing up. And then, once we get home and for the home opener against Knoxville with that brand new scoreboard and everything else that they're going to do, there's going to be some other things that are going to happen that night. It's just rewarding to the kids to look up in the crowd and hear the voices of the people that support them back here in the community, and they're very much appreciative of that.
Coach, thanks as always for stopping out. Everybody's pumped up this Friday night. If you can't get to the game, of course, we also have we're so fortunate to have Michael Connor is just as good as they get on the play-by-play, so make sure you tune in right here on KCOG, 1400 AM or 99.7 FM if you can't get up to share on Friday night. Freshman game, 4:45, varsity to follow. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Hy-Vee and all the coaches and everybody for stopping out tonight. For Chad Lee Koestner and Josh Bryce, I'm Russ W. Ocker saying so long, everybody.